Hey! You! Listening to this podcast right now! Do you want to hear a fucking podcast about anything and everything? Yeah. Like movies, music, television, and more?
Oh my god.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Yes.
Subscribe to Journey into Comics Network, and you get Podcastrophe, hosted by me,
Yes.
Dick. Why not throw a couple bucks to the Patreon? It's your choice. Yeah. This is a Podcastrophe.
That sounds so awesome.
The following is a Journey into Comics Network production.
This is a tasty burger.
You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Tully?
Do I? Yes, have some. Yes, have some.
Is butter a carb? Will you stop eating?
We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups. Candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Foodies Watching Movies. Season 2, episode 24 brings us to the season finale, part 1 of Foodies Watching Movies. I'm your host, Nate. Today joining me are all the foodies. First joining me, the co-creator of Foodies Watching Movies, my illustrious co-host, Veronica. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Glad to have you back. Welcome back to the show for the first time in, well, it's actually been a while, Mr. AP. Welcome back.
I know, I'm not illustrious. It's fine.
You're just AP.
I'm just AP. It's fine. It's
AP
fine.
showed up.
I'm glad to be back.
Is it legendary AP? Like, is that a thing yet?
Mystical.
Ooh, mystical AP. I like that.
Nerd.
Also joining us, the co-host who we started this season with, who has been kicking ass all season. Welcome back, Lauren. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Shit, man. I'm glad to have you here. We did the season, like the pre-finale last episode with our other member of our panel today. Welcome back to the show for the finale, Jesse Russell. How you doing, bud?
I'm good.
Good. Great to have you guys here. So, before we get into what we're really here to do today,
Because it's a lot.
Because it is a lot. Y'all brought some delicious, tasty somethings to this finale for us to have as like our I don't want to call it the Last Supper. That sounds
our foodies feast.
Biblical?
Our Foodies Feast.
Yeah.
Ooh, Foodies Feast is good.
Foodies Feast finale?
Yeah, our Foodies Feast finale.
Foodies Finales Feast?
Whatever. We'll work it out later.
The tri-Fs?
It's
alliteration.
The alliteration of it all. Anyways, I'm going to start with Lauren. What did you bring today?
I brought pasta that I had made at home yesterday.
Shells, important to note.
Yep. I put them in olive oil after I made them, strained them. And then I brought them here this morning. And then I brought shredded cheese and milk. But we kind of made it with too much milk.
Yeah, we fucked it up.
Oh, boo earns.
Yeah.
It's weird because I didn't notice. Like, it didn't...
Well, what happened was we were reducing said milk. And then Lauren's like, I don't think that's going to be enough. And I was like, yeah, I totally agree. We need more milk. So we put in more milk, and we totally fucking ruined it. Yeah.
It's okay. Like I said,
it was a joint effort.
It was a joint
But it
effort.
was saved with Lauren's brilliant idea of putting sliced avocados and bacon into it. And lots of fucking cheese. I mean, it had lots of good flavor. It was just Jesse tried to help us and...
reduce it down.
I stirred it. I literally stirred it for like 25
it
minutes.
Holy shit!
Definitely was better than what I would have put out there.
Reduce
so
it down so it doesn't burn. You know.
Just start it over.
Man.
But it's
it is what it is.
We made it.
I thought it was still really good. Like I didn't have any. Like even when you guys were like, "Oh, we fucked it up," I was like, "What did you fuck up?" I thought it tasted great. Like
maybe if we would have made if we would have like rolled them into little balls and froze them and then deep fried them in breadcrumbs, they would be fucking dope.
Well, what happened
There's still leftover.
They were gritty. It was like slightly gritty from.
I wonder if it was from the Parmesan or just all the cheese.
Well, it's
just being overcooked.
Yeah, it's a combination of a lot of different things, I think. But Mac and cheese is always good, no matter what. I remember my first
noodles and cheese.
My first batch of macaroni and cheese. I left the water I boiled the noodles in. You know, so it just got better from there.
Yeah, you can only go up from there.
Yeah, you learn every time you cook. You learn something new. AP, what did you bring today, good sir?
So I found a recipe this past week. So I was trying to find something that I know would. I was like, because I thought I was going to make it at home and then bring it here. I was like, I wanted something that would travel well. So I found this recipe for something that was sweet and spicy. So it was it's chili pineapple little smokies, like little pre-packed little smokies, little tiny hot dogs. So it's
tiny hot dogs.
Little wieners.
Little wieners.
You're avoiding saying the word wiener.
Yeah,
I get
so
it.
it's fine.
Okay. I'll say it for you, wiener.
So it was like some chili paste, some pineapple, and barbecue sauce, and it actually turned out pretty good. So I actually ended up bringing it here and making it, and I was like, I'm worried I'm just going to like hit a bump and just cover my whole car in barbecue sauce. It would smell delicious for a week, but don't need that in the car. But yeah, it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah,
and the sauce actually worked good on some of the other stuff we had too.
Exactly.
And that was interesting, and we'll talk about that once we get to the end of this. V, you and I supplied some chicken and some pork chops, and we kind of were utility players in the day.
I was just kind of helping facilitate what needed to be facilitated, you know.
And Jesse,
I helped make bacon and cut stuff.
Just made sauce.
Jesse had the most interesting kind of day.
Yeah.
We've all kind of had this day to day, but you had a plan. Like, you had devised a great plan. You had made some spaghetti or something.
Yeah, I made spaghetti and meatballs yesterday.
Sweet.
And I made like the sauce from scratch, and I made extra sauce because I wanted to.
Was it from your garden?
No. I put some oregano from the garden in there.
Nice.
The garden?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I got a bunch
awesome
of broccoli.
Garden.
My garden is natural this year. It's because I have a broken leg. I really can't do much. Luckily, I have some ground ivy out there, and it's like the lazy gardener's best friend actually because it keeps all the weeds down and stuff.
Oh,
so.
that's nice.
But that's off topic. What happened?
Sure, yeah, go back to it.
The pizza though. I know this place that usually has good dough because I'm not making dough on the fly. You know, it takes a little bit for it to rise and stuff. So it's best if you're gonna make it, you got to make it like a couple days ahead.
Absolutely.
But I made the sauce last night. I had the sauce. I was gonna go get this good dough and some Italian sausage. Make some fresh pie, fresh za for us. But
delicious.
Their dough when I got there was like freezer burned.
Bullshit.
So yeah.
That's
so I was
lame.
like, well, that fucking puts a kibosh in the whole thing, right? So I kept an open mind, walked around the corner and seen that they have like it's like a deli and a meat market. So they have they made fresh pizza. They have homemade pizza
Take
there.
and bakes.
Yeah, So I got a couple of those, sausage pep and a cheese.
I almost ruined one of them.
Dude, it was it worked out so perfectly because it was just a light char.
A light char. It was just enough to give it the taste.
And
you grilled one of the pizzas on the grill.
Right, we grilled one and baked one.
Which one do you think turned out better?
I like the grilled one. Actually, I didn't have any of the sausage and pepperoni.
I didn't have any of that one either.
I had a bite of mine, and it was all right.
They're both good, but the grill one definitely had that extra something.
Yeah, I just threw the sausage and pepperoni one in the oven.
There's so much food. I kind of I want to take it in little stages and
totally.
And that.
Yeah, we made a ton of food today.
Like, we'll be able to pick at this for a while in between all the going-ons. So, we all kind of put our minds together to put this meal together, and I loved it. I loved everybody contributed. So we didn't even talk about, like, what I'm bringing. No one said, hey, I'm going to bring this, hey, I'm going to bring this.
No.
You did your own thing, you did your own thing, you did your own thing, and we had our own thing planned, and it all was cohesive. Like, even pizza getting brought into the fold worked, like, brilliantly.
That's
pizza
definitely
fits in
a
every
Foodies
crevice.
Yeah,
I figured. If anything, we can put the two pizzas together upside down, and make a big old cake.
Oh my
put some
god,
chicken
that sounds
in it.
delicious.
Put the mac and cheese in between it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
Just
great
throw
idea.
it all on the
pizza sandwiches.
Yes.
Nate's face is like,
gonna be a thing.
All right, Lauren, why are we here today?
We're doing an 80s movie bracket.
The ultimate 80s movie bracket. Come on.
I was not expecting that.
You're welcome.
That's why Jesse's here.
No, that was comic relief. That threw me off. Okay, so we're going to do this bracket, you guys. And the way we're going to do it is in stages, because it's a lot. There are 64 movies from the 1980s on this bracket.
That we all picked
and had some say-in
together.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. We all decided to just kind of follow our hearts with this one, pick the movies that just, stood out to us as being ultimate 80s movie, worthy.
There's only been a couple we've been called out for. Like one movie that didn't make the list that some people are really upset with, Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we debated it.
We did debate it.
We debated Predator.
And I thought Terminator was a better choice to put on the bracket overall. So, I mean, I kind of
So that's on you.
Well, I think Jesse actually ended up voting on that one. Didn't you write Terminator on your list, or was that on
Well,
your list?
I mean, Terminator's just so good.
It is so good.
Terminator's a better
And
franchise
it's
than
another
Predator.
Arnold
I said
Terminator
it.
was on my list. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Although it was kind of near the end, like I didn't.
You weren't 100% if you wanted it on there, but it was like, well, if I'm going
It was
to
an
put it in a movie, it's
afterthought.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went through after we all compiled all these different lists together. I knocked down any multiples that we had, so I had one finite list of all the movies. I went through and rated them on IMDb, and highest scores got the highest seeds, lowest scores, lower seeds, and then once we hit 64, every movie after that I had to cut off. So if you didn't hit the threshold of the 64th movie, you didn't make the cut.
I was going to ask about that because I didn't know if we ended up with an even number, but you just gave it a...
We wanted to make this as fair as possible.
Didn't we each give 20 movies?
Correct. So there was a little over. There's 5 of us. That's 100
And
movies.
didn't the place that we voted it in the first episode, didn't that kind of like bump it up a little bit more?
No, because I didn't want it to be unfair like that. Like it was
Okay.
just kind of our own, like personally what you wanted. That like ultimately I wanted it to be as unbiased as possible.
But next season we'll be able to go into more detail like this.
Yeah,
because
because we
we'll
have
be
big
able to-
plans.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, we've got some good plans coming up for next season.
I'm so excited for this. So
And ultimately, I just wanted to say
Go
that
ahead,
this
Dee.
is the Foodies Watching Movies Ultimate 80s Movies bracket. So if you guys
I was gonna
don't
say
agree with
earlier-
us, this is just like our opinion, man. So whatever.
Well said.
And
I was
also,
going to say earlier that the 80s is going to end 2018 for Foodies, and the 90s is going to be 2019.
Oh, I kind of like that. 8,
Falling in
18,
line.
9, 19. Jesse, you were gonna say, bud?
I was just going to say also, if you guys have a problem and you're a hater, you should probably figure yourself out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck off, dickhead.
This show's only about positive things.
Yeah, this show is only about good times. So
Haters gonna hate.
The best. It's funny because we're a podcast. You want to talk while you're doing the show and whatnot. And I was like, okay, well, we could all just sit here and debate these movies, and it might take forever. I also didn't want it to get to the point where we were all like, it's 4 votes, one person is the deciding factor, and it's their movie versus a movie they've never seen. They're going to be biased and pick their movie. I want it to have some semblance of fairness. So what we're going to do is I've printed off high seed and low seed cards. Yeah. And what we're going to do is we're going to go round by round down the line and vote these movies off. We're going to talk about if you want to defend a movie, bring it up. Why should we vote for your movie? Or what movie you think is better.
Unless you want to just concede to the majority.
Also true.
If you don't really care about that
So
choice.
Aliens would be the high seed, right?
Correct. If we're starting as Aliens is a 1 seed, Aliens is the high seed, okay? So we are starting there. That is our first matchup. Aliens versus the Witches of Eastwick.
We're starting now.
We're going to keep our seeds closed off to ourselves until we're ready to show them. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and we'll flip them over and show everybody, all right? So you guys got your pick?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 3, 2, 1. We have 4 high seeds and a low seed. Veronica, would you like to talk about the Witches of Eastwick?
I agree that Aliens is the more 80s of movies. I'll concede it. I just fucking love The Witches of Eastwick. It's so good.
Still never
I love Michelle. I love Michelle Pfeiffer and I love Jack Nicholson and I love Cher and Susan Sarandon. It's the perfect 80s movie for me.
Okay,
That's my choice. Yeah.
Excellent.
It's a good 80s movie for me.
I liked the movie, and like you said, it does have a great cast, interesting story.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird, but it's cool. I liked it. It's one of those offshoot 80s movies you wouldn't expect to have even made the list. I actually kind of thought it was going to get the chopping block before we got there.
It needed to make the list. That's all we need to say about
it.
it.
The list,
Is Moonstruck an 80s movie?
Oh, yes, it was. That's probably one that should have made the list, too, huh?
Yeah. It didn't make the list.
It did not make the list. We'll talk about that after a bit here. We're going to move on to the next one in the first part of our bracket here. AP, hit us with that second round. What do we got?
We have Tootsie up against Labyrinth.
All right.
And Tootsie is in the high seed spot. And Labyrinth is in the low seed? Is that right?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, go! Low seed.
A 4 out of 5 majority.
AP is the minority.
What's not to like about Tootsie? It's Dustin Hoffman, Jessica Lange. It's a story about a guy wanting to get his career back on track, pretends to be a woman to get ahead.
Yeah,
Can't
that's
do that
adorable.
anymore.
I love
It's a
the
great
concept.
movie.
I love it.
I don't disagree. Splitting hairs here. Both movies are good to me. And actually, Veronica will even attest. I recently was just saying how I personally don't love Labyrinth. I don't think it's the greatest movie.
I agree with you there.
However, I take a David Bowie over a Dustin Hoffman all day.
Now, if David Bowie was in Tootsie,
then we're talking about a totally different thing now. That's totally off. That's totally off shooting.
No,
we're gonna go next one. Who wants to read off our next one, guys? It's gonna be.
I'll take this one.
Okay, go ahead.
We've got Ghostbusters in the high seed versus Fast Times at Ridgemont High in the low seed. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
4 to 5 again.
Jesse,
man.
odd man out. Do you need to defend, or do you concede to Ghostbusters being the better movie?
I mean, I just want to see Fast Times get there a little bit, you know? And Ghostbusters is a great movie, so yeah, I will concede.
Okay.
But I thought someone else would feel the same way.
Fast Time is a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love that movie. It was hard to, and that was one thing I will say. I did this totally unbiased when I was setting this up. I put the 1 seeds 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I would put the 2 seed 1, 2, 3, 4. It was consistent every time, so I didn't make these matchups or align them in any way. They just naturally fell how they naturally fell. So, Lauren,
that's out of the way.
Yeah, I'm not been out of shape about it.
Okay.
Okay, well that's good. That's
Great.
good. Lauren,
What am I doing? I'm doing the...
Christmas Story Coming to America.
Oh.
I guess you just did it.
Well, I didn't mean to. Yeah, that wasn't.
All right, Nate did that once now.
Lauren, you get the next one, okay?
I feel like this one is going to be difficult for me just to 1, 2, 3 go it.
Yeah,
because,
maybe take a second.
for so many reasons. Because they're both so good.
Yeah, okay, I'm ready.
I'm good.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
This hurts me, but I'm ready.
Lauren, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Shit, stupid.
Okay, do you guys want to try to bring one of us over for Christmas Story right now? It's a 3-2 majority. Jesse, Lauren, and myself have voted for Coming to America.
That actually really surprises me. I figured you would have went with A Christmas Story because you
Oh
love
shit,
it so
really?
much.
Was Coming to America the bottom one? I was a high seed then.
For the twist.
What a twist.
Okay, listen.
That was a Shyamalan
Let me
twist.
hear you out. A Shyamalan twist. Okay. No, hear me out right now.
Shyamalan ding dong.
Think about this. I love A Christmas Story, don't get me wrong. You're only going to ever catch my ass dead watching A Christmas Story at motherfucking Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I will watch Coming to America in June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, back around again and again and again at any point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall.
That's why I said that this one hurt me because
It's hard.
one of my choices for the bracket was Coming to America.
But which one is aged better?
Which one is more
McDowell's
80s?
obviously aged better.
God,
Samuel L. Jackson makes a fucking dope-ass cameo appearance where he tries to rob the McDowells.
Mm-hmm.
Come the fuck on. Fucking Louis Anderson. That's my defense.
Sexual chocolate.
Yes.
I think Eddie Murphy is Christmas in that movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's so joyful.
Exactly. And that's one of the first movies that Eddie Murphy played multiple characters in one movie, as did other characters in that
It's
cast.
the comedy version of Black Panther.
Interesting.
I think so, maybe. I can't say. Okay.
Now, I grew up loving Coming to America because my mother loved that movie, and we watched it together all the time and thought it was so funny.
All right, final answer. What do you got? Is anybody changing? Are you guys
No.
sticking?
I'm not changing.
I'm not changing.
You guys are sticking. So it looks like, all right, Christmas
Majority.
Story is the winner.
Sorry, y'all.
It's okay. Don't be sorry. I'm.
My bracket's already busted, so it's fine.
Really? I hope not.
My reasoning for A Christmas Story is because it,
Well, I had Tootsie for me.
like, so many people
I'm the Tootsie
love
guy.
that movie. You know, it's I don't know.
And there is something special about Christmas Story.
Yeah.
It is a
It's a great movie. My kid loves
feel
it.
good. It's feel good.
I still love that kid's an elf.
Yeah. Peter Billingsley,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
actually
He's like a director.
He
does-
helped direct the first Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Him with Jon Favreau did it kind of together. Like
yes.
He's an executive producer on it.
Absolutely. Little Marvel fact for you. Okay, Lauren, you want to take it
always
over? I
fucking
won't.
Marvel.
I won't.
Even in the 80s movie bracket. It's
I
always
won't.
Marvel.
There were Marvel movies in the 80s.
Oh my god.
I won't fuck it up. Okay. Go ahead, Lauren.
The Goonies versus Lost Boys.
Oh. Oh, this one's so hard. Do I go with personal preference or what I think should probably like win?
Well, that's for you to decide, and for us to figure out who votes for what. I'm interested in how this is going to shake out. We have not yet had a unanimous decision, by the way.
Look into your heart. You know it must be true.
Look into your heart. Okay. Anyways.
3, 2, 1.
No, wait. Hold up.
Oh.
V didn't have her.
I thought she had it down.
She wasn't even in ready position yet.
I'm sorry. This is so hard.
Lauren, when you're ready to count us, though, feel free
I'm just going to give my answer and then let someone persuade me.
Okay.
Let's go.
Ooh, 4 out of 5.
4-1 high seed to Goonies.
I wanted to pick Lost Boys, but I picked Goonies.
Oh man, you guys got me again on this, huh? Well, the Lost Boys is just okay. The Lost Boys is a fantastic movie. It's just the Goonies is great for everyone, children alike, right?
Good.
But the
and
Lost
it still
Boys,
holds up.
The Lost Boys is almost the Goonies for like not children,
for like teenagers and up,
right?
You know what? That's a good point. I'm gonna
for the kids that like Danzig.
I'm going Lost Boys.
Shit.
Oh
so
shit!
I'm going to continue to try to sway
AP's been
guys.
converted.
Sure.
It's just okay. Listen to this.
Sure, keep going, please.
There's a scene in that movie where there's a oiled up saxophone playing dude.
All right, I'm being persuaded.
Low seed. Fuck.
Low seed. I changed it.
Sweet.
I just recently watched it with Sarah the other day on VHS, no less. It was magnificent. I'm gonna go with Lost Boys.
It holds true. It has like scary parts. It has
it holds
hilarious parts. The grandpa in it saves the day at the end because he's amazing.
Damn vampires.
It's still a majority.
I know. It's I'm just trying to think of what the Goonies I could even defend it on, and it's hard because like
Sloth loves Chunk.
Sloth and Truffle and the
Truffle Shuffle.
And the
Chunk.
Yeah,
Short
Chunk
Round?
and short and
yeah, The Goonies is great, but honestly,
it's
if
got
I'm
the
going to put a
Coreys.
movie on, it would probably be
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys, because that also has the Coreys.
It
True.
does also have the Coreys.
Yeah. Coreys just.
Oh, and it's got
Brolin?
what's his name?
Josh
Brolin, but no. Sutherland.
Kiefer
Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer.
Just Donald in this.
Reefer Sutherland.
Oh my god.
That sounds
The Goonies
that sounds
had
like
Josh
LA.
Brolin, didn't it?
Yeah.
Josh
Brolin wasn't in Lost Boys.
And it had Sean Astin.
Yeah.
I love all the.
That was Goonies.
Yeah, it had a young Sean Astin in it.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Do I change back? No.
No.
I can't flip flop this. I don't know. I
No,
forgot about
Lost
Sean.
Boys is the clear winner.
I forgot about Sean Astin.
I'm gonna stick with Goonies on my final vote. It looks like it's gonna be Lost Boys winning on this round. However,
that's probably the toughest
It's a tough one for real.
It is a very hard one. That was a very okay. Lost Boys.
This is only going to get more difficult, guys, because there's some really fucking good
Wait till
movies
we
on
get to,
this
like,
list.
When we get down to 4 and 2, and
I mean, the Lost Boys, it has everything the Goonies has, but it's just a more adult version.
Right.
I kind of want to watch those back to back. Would be kind of a
an interesting comparison.
Make that your homework.
Jesse, you want to read the next one off, man?
Sure. One Lost Boys. I'll have to get that.
Where are we at? Oh, okay. The top seed is the high seed is Raging Bull, and the low seed is Dirty Dancing.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be obvious. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
Low seed.
Oh.
Ooh.
Damn. You said this at the grill that.
I back and forth, and I ultimately I did change my vote versus my bracket. I literally went against my own bracket here.
I know.
Dirty Dancing is the superior movie.
It's the more 80s movie.
It is a more 80s movie.
I mean, you could really make Raging Bull now, and it wouldn't miss
Jesse
a beat.
loves Dirty Dancing.
Yes. Yeah,
it's still a very good movie, but yeah, it's not quintessential 80s.
I know it made your list, Lauren. I think it made your list too, also as well.
Dirty Dancing,
Dirty Dancing, yeah,
it was on my list.
Yeah, Dirty Dancing, I don't think would age well now, or you couldn't make it now as well.
They did. They just remade it for TV, and it was awful.
Dirty Dancing in the age of the Me Too movement, I think, would be a
right.
whole other thing.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. It's
just
like
because the age between the
terrible.
two characters is a lot.
And they did a sequel called like Havana Nights or something that wasn't like related to it at all. It was just like the same story in a different place.
Grab.
Pretty much, yeah. I didn't watch it, but I loved Dirty Dancing, the original movie.
So it looks like Dirty Dancing is raging on.
Yeah.
Yes, Dirty Dancing is raging on.
Yes, Raging Bull.
Is that okay? Are you going to
That's
concede
fine.
that?
I'll
okay.
concede.
I look.
When it's 4-1, it's really hard to put up a good fight.
I feel like Dirty Dancing just matadored Raging Bull.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
You know it.
With the dirtiest of dances.
Right. A spin.
Patrick Swayze just.
Can I
did
do
the
this
Swan
next
thing
one?
with De Niro.
Can
Of
I
course
feel
you
the
can
next
do
one?
the next one.
I feel like
Please.
this next one is important for me to do because it was one of my picks. Okay, so the next one is Dangerous Liaisons versus Heathers.
Ooh. Surprisingly, they were close in rating. I think they were maybe only like I think one was like a 7.3 Heathers, and I think Dangerous Liaisons was like a 7.7.
This is difficult for me because these were both my choices.
Absolutely. You're the only person with Dangerous Liaisons on your list.
I know. I know that the winner is obviously going to be Heathers. I just feel like I immediately need to. Well, all right, let's just flip. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. You were the only one who picked Dangerous Liaisons, AP.
That's fine.
That's great. Okay, so have you seen it?
No.
Oh.
I just like Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas isn't even in it. We talked about that earlier. It's Fatal Attraction. Yeah, that was Basic Instinct or something.
Or wait,
It's
yeah,
okay.
Basic
Instinct.
Dangerous Attraction.
Okay, so he's not thinking right.
No,
anyway.
I haven't seen either movie, so I can't have a good.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Heathers
shit, what's
is
happened?
like the best.
Heathers is awesome.
What's
it's like
happened?
Oh,
murdery.
Nate, is go- Nate, you haven't even seen it. You can't. You can't do that.
Why can't I do that? Why can't I change just for?
I don't like Christian Slater though.
Christian Slater. Why are we talking about him?
Isn't he in Heathers?
Oh yeah, he's in Heathers. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking about Dangerous Liaisons.
Oh, he's also not.
No, okay. So Dangerous Liaisons is a fantastic movie. It has like a stellar cast. Glenn Close is in it. A very young Uma Thurman is in it. John Malkovich, and it's like
That's a good cast.
it's the movie is what that horrible yet awesome '90s movie Cruel Intentions is based off of, and it's actually like a French story, but
Really?
whatever. Yeah,
Interesting.
and it was a fabulous period piece, and I think it was nominated for an Academy Award or something.
Weren't both of them?
See, like that. You say that now. I genuinely think I would consider changing my thing.
It's an intense
Because
movie. It's so good. Like these two should not be in a category with each other because they're completely different movies. And I want to be able to put like Dangerous Liaisons through because it's just so
That's how I feel about the
excellent.
next round too.
But I think Heathers is going to take the cake. It's a fantastic 80s movie. It's one of my favorite 80s movies. And
Yeah, Christian Slater's just seriously chill.
yeah,
about
he's
giving
channeling Jack
girls
Nicholson
liquid
the whole
plumber,
movie.
You know?
Yeah.
And he's chill.
He's
You guys
just channeling Jack
Winona
Nicholson.
Ryder?
Yeah.
Yeah, she plays Veronica.
You guys had said this
Amidst all the
that-
Heathers.
That Heathers was like the '80s version, like the '80s setup of before Clueless and Mean Girls and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like
What
that
was the
archetype
one with
of movies.
John Cusack?
Say
What?
anything?
Say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, say anything.
I'm surprised there's not more John Cusack
Anything?
movies on
He was
this
at a
list.
70s movie.
There's quite a few.
That's
though.
80s.
That didn't make it on the list, did it?
What?
Say anything.
It was on my original list.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think it made the cut
That's
for.
an 80s. That's a pretty quintessential 80s movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
low rated.
It's an honorable
though.
mention.
It's low
How
rated.
about
I
that?
think it was like a 6.2.
Honorable mention.
Got it.
So is that other John Cusack movie I liked, Better Off Dead.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do this
That was
next
a good one.
Sure, please do. This is the end of our first segment of brackets.
That is
like
true.
The first branch of 16.
Yes.
So we're a quarter way through.
Yeah, so this
Thank
is we have Full Metal Jacket versus Pretty in Pink, which are two very different movies.
Yes. Two more
Incredibly,
movies
I
that
don't
have
know
no
if it's
business
like
being
there's any
together.
farther apart
Yeah,
two
like-
movies can get.
Like
Yeah,
if I'm
totally.
ever like wanting to watch a movie, I'm never gonna hold both those up. Like, man, I'm really between these two. That's how I'm feeling tonight. Like, no one's ever gonna hold those up. But like, kind of feeling weird tonight. I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna watch them both.
I'm either going to watch Full Metal Jacket
That's
or
my
Pretty in
double
Pink.
feature night.
What does that say about a person? What is that?
That's like
That's your double feature night.
you know what I feel like? That's like a Vietnam War veteran who is like secretly wearing women's clothing at home watching movies.
Unless someone's
the
looking
lotion
for
in its skin.
things that might be fashion related, it's like it's a Full Metal Jacket or it's Pretty in Pink. I like fashion movies. Let's watch them both.
Yeah, what kind of person would watch those two movies in a night, I wonder?
We're going to find out because it's going to be me.
I bet a couple would.
Ooh,
you get this one, I'm watching Pretty in Pink.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'm the odd man out.
Yeah. V, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, Full Metal Jacket is such a traumatic movie for me. Like, I've seen it, I think 2 or 3 times in my life, and I think that's honestly...
more than enough?
That's enough for me. It was just... I don't like watching men being humiliated. I really don't like that. It just was uncomfortable and sad, and,
Kind of reminds me of Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
It's in the same vein as Apocalypse.
Full Metal Jacket's pretty
When did
gnarly, though.
Apocalypse Now come out?
I'll look at
74?
Yeah, that had a young famous actors in it. Like Lawrence Fishburne was not even 18 yet when he did that movie.
I want to say it's 74. That's
79.
Almost.
Well, when we do the 70s one, that'll come up, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, since I'm the only one who picked Pretty in Pink, it's because I would rather watch that over Full Metal Jacket.
I mean, it is Molly Ringwald at the height
It's
of her
Molly
powers.
Ringwald, John Hughes, Ducky. It's totally an ultimate 80s movie.
Yeah.
I thought it would be more of a contender, honestly.
There's another Molly Ringwald movie on here that definitely I think takes
16 Candles or Breakfast Club.
I don't think 16 Candles is on
I'm
here.
gonna change, but it's not gonna change the end
I don't think I ever
result.
saw it come up on the list.
I'm gonna change too.
I think you're right.
The way you
No, it's right there, dude.
Listen,
I'm gonna change too.
I think Pretty in Pink might have just taken a little steal.
Oh, did I convert
the
some
way
people?
you said it?
Shit.
Molly Ringwald, you're just resonating, and you said it has everybody. It's ultimate 80s, and you go to my DVD rack or my Blu-ray rack right now. You're not gonna find Pretty in Pink on Blu-ray. You will find Full Metal Jacket. I love that movie. However, ultimate 80s.
This isn't your favorite movies. This is the 80s movies.
Exactly, and I have to consider that, and I that's why I changed. I think Pretty in Pink goes.
Sweet.
Are we locked in? Everybody locked in at their answer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with Full Metal Jacket just because.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
All right,
just.
well, Pretty in Pink is.
Well, especially because that
taking the
guy
lead.
just died, too.
I know.
Died this year, a couple months
My
back.
favorite role he was in was as the coach in Saving Silverman.
Oh my God! Yes.
That was such a great role for him.
Was that a 2000s movie?
Yeah.
Man,
we'll get to that.
I feel like this next one's going to be a little bit more difficult than I'm expecting. I feel like we're going to have more of a battle
This one
tonight.
will be interesting.
So what we have next is another 1 seed. We're starting in our next part of the bracket
Is this
here.
the 1
Or
seed?
bracketology.
Oh no, this is the one of the bracket. Never mind.
Okay, so
Can I just bring up bracketology again?
Sure,
Just
yeah,
'cause
bring it
I thought
up.
it was a really funny word that I'd never heard before.
And then you watched me bracketology the shit out of all of this to make this, and you're like, oh, I got you.
No, I just think it's still pretty funny.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Hashtag bracketology.
I feel like it's like
You did do a lot of
social
work for
science.
this.
It's not a hard science.
No.
It's a soft science.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like slightly, you'd have to like double blind yourself for it to be seriously unbiased.
Right.
So I guess to do it scientifically.
I almost, if I really wanted to take this to the furthest extreme, I was also going to counter all of these with their Rotten Tomatoes score and then find an aggregate balance.
Mm-hmm.
You can try that for the 90s.
But I thought it would melt my fucking brain meats.
That's a lot of fucking work for
Yeah.
a bracket for fun for our podcast.
What we should do put them in a randomizer, not even have it be by.
Oh shit!
So
that would
who
be
knows what ends up
interesting.
against each other.
Right.
Ooh, I kind of like that. Maybe for the 90s, we'll do it randomly.
We can try it. We can see what it looks like.
90s was totally random anyway. Okay, so anyways, let's move on here.
Nice
We've
F.
got Empire Strikes Back, the Star Wars movie, versus Weird Science.
John
Obviously,
Hughes, right?
yeah.
John Hughes, Weird Science? Yeah.
Obviously, Empire is the 1 seed.
Right.
But who knows what we will vote here, folks. I'm going to let you guys get yourselves together. Let me know if you're ready
I'm
and locked
ready.
in.
Good.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, very close. Very close right now. Okay.
I was gonna say I picked a low seed on my thing, but I'm gonna have to go with the high seed.
Oh.
All right.
Star
well, I
Wars
guess
for the win.
I'll try to argue a little bit. I mean, obviously, Empire Strikes Back is a fantastic movie. It's a Star Wars classic, it's OG, and I feel like it's 80s in its own right, but it's almost timeless, to a certain extent. So you could watch it whenever.
And I believe that we discussed that last week, and I had kind of like misheard what you said.
Wait, isn't the High Seat Empire?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were defending Empire. I was very confused.
No.
I am kind of.
Are you being persuaded?
I'm being nice about
Oh.
Empire before I get into Weird Science.
Because Weird Science, I could argue
What's
that
his
my
name?
pick
The
could
kid.
also be Weird Science.
Because
I
it's
mean,
seriously
What was
seriously
the
80s.
kid, the kid in Weird
You
Science.
know?
What's his name? He was the one who's also in Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink. And it's the John Hughes kid, not the John Hughes kid.
I know. I can't think of his name. I can see his face.
What's his name?
I'll look it up real quick because I can't think of it either.
Either way,
he was in the Breakfast Club, and he was in.
Was he in Pretty in Pink?
Oh, Michael C. Hall.
He was
Michael C. Hall.
No, not Michael
C. Hall was Dexter.
No,
that's the wrong kind
I
of.
was gonna say.
It's Michael something. Though.
Guys,
It's Michael C.
I got
Anthony?
it. I got it. Anthony Michael Hall.
Anthony Michael.
Michael Hall.
Michael C. Hall. In
He
those
was-
movies would have been so much different.
By the way, Anthony Michael Hall also beefed up a lot and was the villain in Edward Scissorhands.
Oh.
He was that jerk.
Really?
Like jock guy who
He went
wanted
from the
to
nerd
rob.
to the jock.
Yeah,
Man.
he got like super buff.
Was Edward Scissorhands an 80s movie?
90s.
No, 90s.
Man, there's a lot of 90s movies we'll have to get to.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
next
coming.
season.
We're gonna get there eventually. So it looks like, Jesse, back to Weird Science. Was there any closing statement that you had other than that it is quintessential 80s and it's an awesome movie? Obviously.
Like when you watch The Empire Strikes Back, there's no 80s fashion or 80s anything in that movie. It's based, I don't know what year it's supposed to be, but it's not the 80s.
A long time ago.
And
This
it's
movie
obviously
came
far,
out in
far away.
1985.
It just made. It
It's
was just
also a
made in the
genre film.
80s, right? So I don't know. Since we're doing an 80s bracket, I thought Weird Science was more 80s. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah,
Like if I
it
was-
is. It is pretty ultimate 80s.
If I was born in 2071 and I was watching these antique movies that I found at the space flea market or whatever, I would watch
flea
Weird
market.
Science, and then I would get an actual feeling of how the 80s were.
Right, as opposed to the Star Wars
Makes
version.
sense.
Right. So that's kind of my
Okay.
logic behind
I love it. I love it. Wasn't Bill Paxton in Weird Science? Wasn't
Is
he
he the
over,
brother?
He was the
It's
brother. He
game
was the
over.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's game over. That's not.
Oh,
That's not.
shit.
That's aliens. But
No. Yeah.
Bill Paxton was in Weird Science, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was like
he was
the older brother, and
the
he was-
army brother.
Is that gonna?
He was
change
an
it?
asshole.
Yes,
Oh
he
my
was.
god! Oh no! Look what just happened. I've been converted.
I don't think it changes.
No,
it doesn't.
I know,
everything,
but I agree with Jesse.
But
I like it.
it's close here. But Empire Strikes Back is going to move on. Who wants to take the next one?
I got it.
Sure, do it.
Ooh, what's this one?
All right. Looks like Trading Places is the top, and Poltergeist is the low seed.
Okay.
I'd flip them.
Ooh. Oh no.
Ooh.
No. Lauren and I are in this one.
3-2 in favor of Trading Spaces.
No, trading places.
Trading Spaces would be a.
I was thinking about Trading Spaces, that TV show just now. Wasn't that like on TLC or something?
Yes.
The reality
Yes, it
show about
was.
people
Yes, it was. That's awesome.
Wait, isn't
My
there
bad.
like a movie, a Disney movie or something that's called that?
Could be.
I think so as well.
Maybe
Yeah.
like a kids Disney movie.
I have no idea.
Who
I-
cares?
It's two common names. It's
Okay,
fine.
so
My
Poltergeist,
bad.
you two. You guys voted for Poltergeist, Lauren?
Yes.
Talk about it. What's up?
I'll just always associate that movie with the 80s because even though I was born in 1990, so I didn't see it until I was maybe like. Honestly, my dad let me watch scary movies when I was really young, so I probably didn't see it until like 94, 95.
Okay.
But I just remember identifying so much with that little girl who put her hands up on the television.
It's so freaky.
I know.
Whoa.
I think it's it's just I think it's more nostalgia driven than
Yeah.
what you see for. Thank you. Because Trading Places, I feel like I didn't relate to when I first saw it. Like Trading Places, I feel like you get more now. Like watching it for the first time now, you'd have a lot more feelings about it. But Poltergeist, I feel like just because the raw emotion of it, you can relate to it at any age.
That was a scary freaking movie.
But you can,
I
but you
liked it,
can,
though.
but you don't need you don't need adult context. Like you don't need to have some recollection of what life as an adult is.
You know
to
what's really
get-
creepy You know the TV in that movie?
Yes.
How it like is the staticky TV and whatever. When I was a little kid, I lived in this like really old farmhouse, and like we had this huge great room, and that's where we had the living room. And we didn't have cable because we were like real poor and stuff. So, like we had the antenna, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, it's real late at night, and I'm watching this TV, and it goes to that static.
The snow.
And then all of a sudden, the screen goes to like a black screen, kind of like it was almost like a music channel, but it was back in the middle 90s, so that didn't exist. And it started playing like the oldest country music that I like. If you can imagine like a super old country song, it started playing that, dude, and I was like, turned my TV off.
I'm done.
I just remember that because of that TV from Poltergeist.
Terrifying.
This makes like Poltergeist more. I don't know.
Oh, seriously, Poltergeist scarred me from ever like being able to have snow on my TV. Like if there was ever static, I'd be like, nope, turn it off.
Nope.
I tried watching that remake, and the remake was just no.
I didn't see the remake.
I still haven't seen it because I just love the original so much.
You don't watch the remake. It just taints the original for you.
Static doesn't exist anymore either. Think about it.
They use smartphones and stuff on that one. It's just weird.
Well, that's not true because I recently set up my VHS tape player. You know,
it's got to be on channel 3.
We have a funny plan for season 3 with the VHSs.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, that's a clever segment.
We'll talk about that next season.
Jesse, are you guys locked into your answer on the high vote?
Yeah,
Trading Places
definitely.
moving on?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to put Trading Places through and on to the next one.
That's fine.
Back to the Future 2, Part 2 versus Gremlins.
I'll take this one. Or I don't know.
You can field this one.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
Oh, wait. Ready?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
So Gremlin's in the lead.
Really?
3-2.
I need to... I'm gonna look to UAP.
You're gonna try and sway me?
I am swaying you. It's gonna work. Okay, Jedi mind trick. You've already decided you're gonna be on my side.
I had a cat named Gizmo when I was little. Good luck.
Bill Murray. Dan Aykroyd. Okay, Harold Ramis. Okay, Ernie Hudson.
Why are you swaying me to Ghostbusters right now?
My bad.
Wow.
I was like, okay. I was like, Bill Murray's not in Back to the
yeah,
Future
I'm
Part
sold,
2,
but what movie are you talking about? Okay, so Nate fucked up and thought he was defending Ghostbusters 2. But in fact, you're defending Back to the Future Part 2
like,
with Christopher Lloyd.
I was like, Bill Murray, not in that movie,
Okay,
McFly.
So, no, I'm not.
Hello?
I'm not home. Okay, so here, back to it. Here's why Back to the Future is better. Okay, that movie is timeless, okay? It sets the precedent for time travel movies. It does such a clever job of working over itself back and forth through the 1955 story to the 2015 story to the 1985 story, all in one story, while utilizing footage from the first movie, and it was one of the first movies ever to, in theaters, tease its sequel with actual footage in theaters, setting people to go, oh my God, I have to see the third one. I cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic.
Is that true?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. As soon as the movie Back to the Future 2 was over, a teaser for the next movie played that let people know, like, coming, I want to say it was like maybe a year and a half later, a year later, Back to the Future 3, and it was the final, the end of the saga.
What was the Jaws they were making in the future?
3D or something?
Jaws, like, wasn't it
40
like
years.
It was like
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like a late one. It was like 27
That
or
honestly
something.
makes sense to me because it always felt very rushed between Back to the Future Part 2 and Part 3.
Yeah, I think they filmed them at the same time, having something to do with Michael J. Fox taking another role. Maybe he was going to do a TV series around then.
Yeah, and I also don't...
Spin City?
Yes, I think so.
No.
No, it's too late. Too much later.
Family Matter. It was like that... It was that TV show.
No, he was already older by the time. I don't think he was a kid. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to have to consult the Google that.
I'm still pro Gremlins.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm still pro Gremlins because this movie recast the chick, which was quite obvious.
And the guy.
But that's not her fault. You know.
I know, but she still wasn't very good in it.
They recast Jennifer. They recast Crispin Glover, which was surprising. You don't even know it's a recast.
They did the face they did a face casting,
and they also had him upside down, so it was harder to recognize if it was actually him or not.
Yeah,
that's why all of his scenes he's upside down.
Yeah, I don't think that movie, the first Back to the Future, was incredible.
Yeah, okay. I would if those two were together, I probably would have gone Back to the Future.
Back to the Future 2 makes me sad. It's kind of a depressing story. It's kind of a bummer. I don't like it.
It's okay.
Well, I liked it,
the
but
note. I mean, God, Marty leaves Doc that amazing note that's just like...
It was just a depressing movie.
In the first one, but then in the second one, Doc has to leave Marty a note, and it's just like, okay, it's fine. I'll concede, but I had to try because I really love Back to the Future too. Gremlins, you're moving on. A 12 seed, beating a 5 seed here. Bracketology.
The funny thing in my bracket, I had Back to the Future going.
Yeah. All right, up next, Lauren?
Yes. The Breakfast Club versus Hellraiser. All right, we can just do this right now.
That's pretty obvious. Yeah.
Okay. That was not even a question. I'm pretty sure that made everybody's list except for yours, and the only reason it didn't make your list is because you were trying to make different picks because he had heard our episode prior
so
to
I didn't
him
want to have
making
too
picks.
much duplication.
Oh, I see.
Funny story, Liz's dad went to that high school before they closed it.
The Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a high school in like the Chicago suburbs. So like was his football field and stuff because he played on the football team and all that. So
That's
like,
cool.
So that's
that's a classic. It's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go far, I'm sure.
Yes. Ooh, the next one's going to be fun.
Go ahead, take it, bro.
All right, so we have Who Framed Roger Rabbit versus Karate Kid. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is the 6 seed versus the 11 seed Karate Kid.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Lauren is the odd one out. Picking Karate Kid.
Do the crane kick.
Are you conceding? Are you good with it? Do you have an argument for Karate Kid?
Not really.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit is a fantastic movie. It was mind-blowing with the live action / animation combination.
It was seriously demented too, which I really
liked. It
liked.
was super fucked up. I loved the cartoon with the little baby.
And I mean,
smoking
he's like
cigars,
smoking cigars and pinching his girl's booty.
Misogynistic baby.
And they got the license rights to Disney and Warner Brothers characters on the screen at the same time, which is
wild.
very impressive for that time.
And it has Bob Hoskins, what was his name? Haskins?
Bob Haskins. Yeah.
He was almost Wolverine.
I loved him. I used to have like the biggest old man crush on him when I was little because he was in this movie Mermaids, and I loved him in Mermaids, and that'll be in my 90s bracket.
I like him too. All right.
Jesse, you want to take the next one, my friend?
Yeah, I got it.
Sure.
Ooh, this will be.
All right. Looks like it's Blade Runner in the top seat and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in the low seat.
Do we have any? Can we just go?
Does anybody have any thoughts?
Bill and Ted for the win. Lauren, again, on man out. Did you need to make an argument or no?
Yes, I love Blade Runner.
That's a really good movie.
It has a young Harrison Ford in it.
Ooh, I know, right?
He's great.
Did you see the new one? The one that came out?
The new one's really good too.
I've seen it. It's on my HBO Now watch list. I just haven't. It's a long movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's a Dave Bautista's in that movie too.
It's like 2.5, almost 3 hours long.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
The first one was also kind of long too, wasn't it?
It depends on if you get the director's cut or if you have the regular one.
I have the director's cut.
I have the director's cut on DVD.
It was very long. I've only seen it once.
It's both those. Try to do both those back to back. That's your whole afternoon. It's like watching a Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? I just confused Blade Runner with Sling Blade.
Sling Blade.
God.
Oh my God! No, stop. That has to be a smash up. Sling Blade Runner. It would be great. My man, okay.
That's a fun game, the mashup game.
Yeah,
we haven't done that in a while.
True. Okay. Moving forward, we've got Nightmare on Elm Street versus Good Morning Vietnam. Oh. With Nightmare on Elm Street being the high seed, Good Morning Vietnam being the low seeded at 10. These, again, were very close in rating, but they just balance out how they balance out. All right, you guys ready? On 3, 2, 1.
Oh, God.
Andrew's the only one
4-1.
out.
It's Robin Williams.
I know.
The guy who they
This one
based on
hurt.
just died this past week.
I know.
Such a sad movie.
Here's my reason for
Hence-
saying this. You think of 80s horror, and there is, over anybody else, one person that terrified more
Freddy
children
Krueger.
than anyone else, and it was Freddy, hands down.
Word.
Like Jason, okay, he's scary, I get it.
But
Matt,
Freddy
run.
can get you when you're
Freddy
sleeping.
gets you when
That's
you're fucking
fucked
sleeping,
up.
and guess what? I slept in fear many nights because of that movie.
Yeah. My mom let me
yes.
watch that movie when I was little. Like,
Dangerous.
Way too little. And it messed me up.
Yeah, like
I first saw it at like 7 or 8 years old.
Mm-hmm. Watching it as an adult, though, isn't bad. It's hilarious as an adult.
No,
feel
it's
like-
really not.
I feel like
the
if
parts
human
I struggle
beings-
with are like the 4th and the 5th movies where he just gets gross
Yeah.
for no reason. Like he
Yeah.
just gets kind of
creepy.
like
Sexually
I may be a little
gross.
biased. But
No,
I did see
and
Good
just
Morning
and just
Vietnam
like
more
just some of the
recently.
ways he kills people gets really gross. Like that one girl he like force feeds to death.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen any of those. I've seen like
Yeah.
1 through 3.
They
Like
get-
Dream
they get-
Warriors
they
was the
get
end
kind
of it for
of-
me.
yeah.
Where's the really meta one? Is that 4?
New Nightmare.
Is that 4?
That was New Nightmare.
Or did it have a number?
It
Yeah,
would have been
it-
6, I thought.
Yeah.
Is
it
that the
would've
one
been-
with the guy who played Rorschach on Watchmen?
No.
Which
this
one was
was
that?
that was the new. That's the
That was the reboot from
kind of
2010?
That was not very
They tried
good.
to
Had
That
Kate-
was filmed around
Katie
here,
Cassidy
right?
from Arrow in it.
She did.
Ooh.
Blonde hair that threw me off.
Don't like Katie.
I know you don't.
And it had
she's
Rooney
still
Mara, which
Yes,
was
it
a
did.
strange casting.
I didn't see that movie.
They also
Yeah.
filmed that.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yes.
We're almost done here. This is our last spot in the bracket, right?
And well, then we got to start it all again.
All right. So what was moving forward? Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think the AP could,
I didn't sway anyone.
I mean...
It's a hard. It's two very different movies.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Can I field this next one?
Sure.
All right. I feel like I need to preface this.
Which one are you
Okay,
defending?
it's Scarface versus Inner Space. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I just watched Inner Space for the first time last night.
Oh.
Because I had never seen it.
Yeah.
And I was looking at this bracket and I was like, I think there's like only 2 movies on this whole thing that we're doing that I haven't seen. And I have no idea how I've never seen Inner Space before. I thought it was so fucking weird and hilarious. I didn't finish the whole movie. I probably have like a half hour left of it.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and flip and then we'll talk about it. Ready, go. Because I put on my bracket Scarface, but I'm going to go with Inner Space.
Inner Space. I mean, you've got Martin Short, Dennis Quaid, hilarious story.
Do you guys know what Inner Space is?
Yeah, I've seen
Never
it.
seen it.
You've seen it,
Mhm.
Jesse?
I haven't.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Can I explain it?
Please do.
Okay. When we started watching it, I was like, what the fuck is this movie? Because I had no idea what it was even about. He didn't do a very good job explaining it to me beforehand. And he's like, just watch. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's so weird. But this movie is about Dennis Quaid, who is a pilot for this company that is specializing in miniaturization. And so he gets miniaturized to it's like Ant-Man. Like he goes down like Hank Pym and then gets put into a syringe because they were going to inject him into a rabbit. And he was going to try and get control of the rabbit's body, like through eyes and ears. But what happens is this rival company breaks in after he's already been miniaturized and put into this syringe and then chases the guy who's carrying it all around, follows him all, try to kill him and steal the syringe. And then to save the pilot who is miniaturized and has no idea what's happening, he injects the syringe into Martin Short's ass at a mall. And Dennis Quaid gets injected into Martin Short's body and has to explain to Martin Short in his head what's going on. And Martin Short's just this random guy that works at a grocery store. And it's
his
fucking
doctor
ridiculous.
His doctor has just told him he needs to take a vacation with no excitement
because he keeps having a nervous breakdown at the
nervous
grocery
breakdowns
store
over everything. And so, he thinks that he's actually going crazy because he hears this voice in his head. And he's like, "What?" And then, he attaches to his optic nerve,
Yeah.
and his eye starts all twitching out, all crazy. He's freaking out and stuff. And then,
it's so weird.
That
I
does
can't
sound
wait
really
to
weird,
finish it.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know what? I'm switching because I remember it, and you guys describing it to me made me really remember how crazy Martin Short is.
It's hilarious, dude.
He's
He
so
fucking
weird looking.
Who plays the guy who like is like trapped in Martin Short's body?
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
He's like the handsome dude from Great Balls of Fire. He played Jerry Lee Lewis. Yeah. And he was the dad in the Parent Trap remake in the 90s.
Martin Short's just cool, too.
Dude, he's funny as hell. And
Martin Short's
he's a very
hysterical.
physical comedian with how he's
And he was so
acting.
young in this movie. Like, I have never heard of it or seen it at all, and I have no idea because it was totally a movie I would have loved.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that just changed everything.
I think we just locked in
We
a
just
15 crushing a 2 seed. Oh my gosh.
We did
I still
it.
think Scarface is probably the better movie.
Listen, Scarface is literally my third all-time favorite movie. However, Scarface has that timelessness about it. It doesn't make me think 80s.
It is very 80s.
Nearly. I mean, not nearly
To
as
me,
much
it
as
feels like
Interspace.
late 70s. It's
Exactly.
too disco.
It has
it's
that
too
disco
like
vibe.
Miami.
But
It's
that's
too.
but that's Miami in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
I know, but it just when I think of Scarface,
But is
I don't
Interspace
think
that 80s?
an ultimate 80s movie. I think of
Very.
ooh,
It's
that's
in
a fucking movie.
the way they use their practical effects, the way, I mean, everything.
Oh, Interspace is so 80s.
They
It's
even have the
dripping in
synth.
80s.
So are we narrowing it down in this half, or are we?
Yeah, we're going to
let's
keep
narrow it
going.
down.
All right.
We'll just power through and then take a break.
Okay. So would it be
Back to the top.
All right, and I don't know what everyone's. I only have mine. So
Okay, do we have...
We have Aliens versus Labyrinth.
Okay.
I'm gonna just briefly read this off after we just finish the first thing.
well, do we know what we don't know really what the seed is? Do we?
Aliens is your 1 seed. Well, anything
Just
that's
look at it.
Anything on top is the.
no, not typically, because if a bracket buster
Oh,
happened,
That's true.
I'll field that. I'll make sure
Okay.
to say that for you guys.
Yeah,
Maybe we should just do the intros for this part.
Yeah, just like look and see what movie
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so
progressed.
we'll start
And
here.
it'll be the top and bottom.
It's Aliens versus Labyrinth. And are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, Reno.
Damn.
Aliens wins
I
out.
picked Labyrinth. That's one of my favorite movies ever, so of course I'm
Sigourney
going to pick
Weaver.
it.
Absolutely.
Sigourney Weaver, Bill Paxton.
God,
Yeah.
okay, I'm on board for Aliens the rest of this thing. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'll let you have it.
All right.
Sorry, Bowie.
All right. Up next, we've got the 5 seed of Ghostbusters versus the 4 seed of A Christmas Story. The 4 seed of A Christmas Story is your high seed. 5 is low seed Ghostbusters. All right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
And 3, 2, 1.
Low seed,
A complete
everyone.
agreement.
Holy shit.
It's Ghostbusters.
All right. We're just moving right along here. Now we've got the 11 seed of Lost Boys versus the 14 seed of Dirty Dancing. Meaning, Dirty Dancing is your low seed, Lost Boys is your high seed. And 3, 2, 1.
Low seed for the win.
Across the board.
I think we've got a system, guys.
So Dirty Dancing, moving on. All right.
Second chunk. Second chunk.
They didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
All right, so we're here. The last part of this first chunk, going to get our first of the Sweet 16 here. Heathers versus Pretty in Pink. Heathers is a 10 seed. Pretty in Pink is a 15 seed. Heathers is your high seed. Pretty in Pink is your low seed. 3, 2, 1. Ooh.
3-2 in favor of Heathers.
Yes,
Yeah.
over
Alright.
Pretty in Pink. Anybody want to defend why Pretty in Pink should move on over Heathers to maybe sway one of us? Is there any argument?
AP, Lauren.
I mean, it's the same argument I made in the first part. It's Molly Ringwald at the height of her powers.
You're right. You're right.
But
you're
she's
right.
also in the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, it's true.
That was
True,
her
the
at the
Breakfast
height
Club's
of
not
her
in
powers.
this one. Not in this part. It's come up later.
Yeah,
I
you're
know,
right.
but just keep in mind, she's still going to be in the running. Don't
All
worry.
right, so
Don't feel bad.
But she's got the guy from 2.5 Men.
Heathers wins.
I hate that guy sometimes.
Huh?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on from Heathers, we now have our next set of of the round. It's a number 1 seed of Empire Strikes Back versus an 8 seed of Trading Places. Empire being your high seed, Trading Places being your low. Are you guys ready to vote?
Yeah.
And go. It's a 4-1. We haven't had one of these yet.
Jesse. Care to defend?
I feel like we did elaborate on everything already. I mean,
You definitely, because I listen. I love.
all I gotta say is Eddie Murphy is Christmas.
You're making me want to change it.
Even if you did,
won't affect
it's not
it.
going to affect because they're not going to change. So we'll stick with Empire. Listen, Trading Places is great and it's very 80s. And back to what you were saying about how Empire doesn't feel 80s because it is timeless. It is caked in the perfect sci-fi that takes you out of a time period. So it encapsulates a different essence than what you typically think of 80s.
Right.
So I definitely appreciate that headspace. Okay, so we'll put Empire on it here. All right, folks. Keep moving along. And a 12 seed of the Gremlins versus the high seed of the Breakfast Club. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
AP's the odd man out. Care to
Ooh,
defend?
You really love Gremlins.
I just really love
It's
Gremlins.
his cat, man.
It was my
Gizmo.
first pets. Was
One of your first pets is Gizmo.
Uh-huh.
And
It's a
is
calico.
it directly because
Yes.
of your love for the movie when you were a child?
Yes.
So it's all correlated.
It's all correlated.
Okay.
But I don't think I can sway anyone. It's just a really good movie.
I agree.
And it's Spielberg. And it's a Christmas movie. And it's actually really violent for a kid's movie.
I'm keeping mine.
Same. All right. All right. So the next one up is we've got a 6 seed of Who Framed Roger Rabbit up against the 14 seed of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh.
This is a very, very, very hard decision. Take a second.
Triumphant.
It's a what versus what?
It's okay. You've got your high seed of Who Framed Roger Rabbit versus your low seed of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Is everybody ready to make your vote?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Oh shit.
Okay. I mean, I get it. I don't think I need to. I mean, I concede here. Honestly, I love Bill and Ted. It is a most excellent movie. But Who Framed Roger Rabbit? You guys had said it. There's just something special about
Too
it.
good.
Mhm.
It is too good.
It's too good.
It is too good.
Jessica Rabbit.
Mhm.
Why don't
Bill and
you
Ted's
do
is
right?
right there. They're like the
Neck and neck.
they're like the B side of the situation.
Most
I feel like.
non-triumphant.
Absolutely. And they're coming out with a sequel.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted
Face
Part
the
3.
Music.
I thought that there was some problems with that.
No, it's still on track as far as I know.
Yeah, Keanu and Alex both came out and said that they've got like their scripts already and that
Yeah.
they've got everything lined
They're
up.
actually going to be the older versions of themselves, which
Yes.
is funny that they always reference in the.
That's what I'm hoping. I recently read an article that said that
But they
they
have
weren't
kids
they
and
weren't
stuff?
going to do it, but whatever.
All right, here's an interesting one. This is going to definitely change the landscape here.
Mhm.
We've already got a bracket buster in the game here.
Is this Nightmare versus Inner Space?
It is Nightmare on Elm Street versus Inner Space now, folks. All right, so take your time. Take a second, V. You know what you're picking?
High seed nightmare.
High seed is Nightmare at 7. Low seed is Inner Space at a 15.
All right.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Now it's interesting.
Now it is interesting.
Okay, so Inner Space is in the lead.
Yeah.
3-2. AP, Lauren, would you like to defend Nightmare on Elm Street?
It has a young Johnny Depp in it.
Oh my god, I know.
His first role.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blood in that
But he
movie.
died in it.
Yeah.
True, but he
but
does
it was
best
it was
work
the
when he
first
does.
ever incarnation of Freddy Krueger ever on
You know what,
screen.
I'm gonna
That is
switch.
true.
I'm flipping.
I love the scene in there where he walks up and he's like, "Hey Tina, watch this." He chops off his own fucking finger, like.
Or the part like in the alley with like the long
Why?
arms.
Yeah,
on the
it's so
other
good.
side.
Okay, switching.
Yeah.
Switching. Sorry,
It's hard.
Martin
It's hard
Short.
because it's Inner Space is a great movie.
Yeah.
Switch to unanimous.
All right,
for
a Nightmare Lives On.
The dream is on.
Maybe that'll be their next Nightmare movie. The Nightmare Lives On.
The Nightmare in Inner Space.
The Nightmare in Martin Short.
That sounds gross.
It's just his psychosis from after the trauma of having Dennis Quaid inside of him. He just keeps hearing a tiny
Just Freddy
voice.
Krueger played by Martin Short.
Okay, well, we're back to the top here. Now we're going to be finding out our final 4.
Okay.
Okay.
The final
Well,
four.
on one side. And then we'll come... You guys know
Yeah,
how it's
yeah,
going to
yeah,
work
yeah,
out.
yeah.
So, This one's going to be a lot tougher, guys. We got the 1 seed of Aliens, which is your high seed, versus the 5 seed of Ghostbusters, which is your low seed. Ghostbusters versus Aliens. And are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1.
3 highs to 2 lows. Do you guys want to defend?
I already defended earlier. Bill Murray.
Okay, I can defend it in 2 words. Ellen Ripley.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver's also in Ghostbusters.
Aliens was supposed to be written for a dude.
Yeah.
And she was cast. And she changed the landscape of women in horror films and action films forever.
I vibe that.
She was fucking boss.
But Sigourney Weaver's also in Ghostbusters.
And Rick Moranis is in it.
Yeah, but
She
she's
was
not.
better in
She's not Ellen Ripley.
Okay.
But really, who is Ellen Ripley at
But
the end of the day?
a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Slimer. Think of your childhood. Jesus.
It doesn't matter.
Ernie
None of us are
Hudson.
changing our votes. Jesse, are you changing your vote?
Locked in.
All right, we're locked in Aliens.
All right.
Okay.
Game over, man. Game over.
Okay.
Dirty Dancing is our 14 seed up against our 10 seed of Heathers. So Heathers is your high seed. Dirty Dancing is your low seed.
Oh, fuck. This is awful.
I
love these
Heathers
movies
is high,
so
Dirty
much.
Dancing is low.
What up?
Heathers is high, Dirty Dancing is low.
Are you
guys
just
ready?
mixing yours because you don't know what you're going to pick?
3, 2, 1, go. Oh.
2 highs to 3 lows in favor of
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty
Dirty
Dancing.
Dancing.
Patrick Swayze.
But for an ultimate 80s movie, Heathers is so quotable. Like, you can quote every single line of it. The clothes
Can you,
are
though?
insane. I can.
Oh. But you love that movie.
I do. But I also love Dirty Dancing.
Can you quote all the lines in that movie?
Yes, I can.
So then it's no.
That's why this is so hard for me.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody does put it in the corner.
Shit's Dirty
Gently
Dancing.
with a chainsaw. No. Oh, God.
Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me.
That's Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah.
You're being funny.
Man,
Fine, I'll let Dirty Dancing have it. It's a happier movie. I'd rather watch Dirty Dancing over Heathers anyway, I guess.
I already know what's coming, so I'm just going to get ready for it. Well, the 1 seed of Empire Strikes Back, which is your high, versus the low seed of The Breakfast Club. Guys ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Breakfast Club for the win.
Unanimous. Somebody talk while I'm writing.
Well, I'm super disappointed that Heathers is no longer in the running, seeing as it was like my top pick.
Oh, one of your seeds or
was-
one of your brackets ended there.
Yeah, one of my brackets ended at Heathers, so I'm disappointed.
Okay.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
So this one is Who Framed Roger Rabbit versus A Nightmare on Elm Street.
What's high and low?
Roger Rabbit is 6,
high.
and Nightmare on Elm Street is 7.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the closest we've had.
So the highest seed is Who Framed? Got it.
Damn, this is going to be hard.
All right.
1, 2, 3. High seed, high seed, high seed, low seed.
Sorry,
Nate,
Nate.
you're the odd man out. Care to defend?
I can't.
All
I
right.
mean, we've already discussed both movies kind of ad nauseum. We know why Roger Rabbit's dope. We understand why you
Okay,
guys.
I'm going to change mine to the low seed because that's what I originally had.
Let's put a smile on that face.
That's. God damn, that's fucking Dark Knight.
Oh my God, AP, you're all over the place
I'm doing
today.
wrong. I'm doing
These
wrong
are his
quote.
buttons for next season.
No
All the
shit.
misquotes. Or all the
shit.
wrong
I
movies.
mean, but they could
insert
work.
'em.
They could work in these movies.
I just think that Nightmare on Elm Street is quintessential 80s horror, like I said.
It's hard with the genre.
It is difficult because it's a more genre piece. With Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it's definitely more of an adult movie, but it did cater to children in some aspects.
More
Some
people
stuff
could
goes
see it.
over their heads. I concede. I think I can concede here. Are you okay with us conceding to this?
To what?
To letting Who Framed Roger Rabbit go on versus
Okay.
Nightmare?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Final four for that side now? We're up to?
Yeah.
All right. Tell us what we have, Nate.
I'm getting ready to, my dude. I got to write it down.
Is it Alien and Dirty Dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aliens versus Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
And Breakfast Club versus Who Framed Roger Rabbit are our next round.
My brackets came down too.
That's very 80s.
I nailed it.
Holy shit!
You nailed it.
I nailed it.
You gotta. Nuh-uh.
I actually looking.
I think he has.
Holy shit! You almost have it exact, don't you? Christmas Story, Ghostbusters. Wait. You had Fast Times. Fast Times is the only thing you missed.
Your later rounds.
My later rounds I nailed.
All right, let's do it to it.
Shit. Okay.
Heather's totally fucked up.
So high
my
seed
bracket.
is.
High seed is Aliens. Low seed is Dirty Dancing. We have a 1 versus a 14 here.
All right.
This is a big
Ultimate 80s.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
Am I defending myself?
3-2 split.
I'm with
no.
you, Jesse. I'm with you.
Okay, Dirty Dancing, guys. Come on, we already talked about Patrick Swayze.
But it's
Don't put
Sigourney
baby in
Weaver.
a corner.
It's so
It's
good.
Ellen Ripley.
Weaver.
It's Ellen Ripley. You guys kind of swayed me. And you
Yeah.
said you were on board with Aliens the whole way throughout.
Well, I could change
What is it
mine.
called?
guess
The
you're right.
Catskills? Come on.
Yeah, and the Catskills.
It's
But-
Catskills.
Kellerman.
Patrick Swayze is so much older than her. That's
Old Jews.
borderline not okay.
Yeah,
Patrick
it's
Swayze.
got everything. It's got great
Dancing.
music, great dancing, a love story,
Right.
political issues.
It's like freedom, women,
daddy
women,
issues.
Women in power coming
Yeah,
to
you can't put baby
strength.
in the corner.
I'm locking in Aliens for my high seed.
I'm
vote.
locking in Aliens
Yeah,
as
I'm
well.
staying.
Sorry.
All right, I'll
Neither.
concede.
I love.
I'm still
both
not going to
movies.
concede. I'm just going to.
Be pissed about it. And sit over there.
Just go,
I give
sit,
up,
go
guys.
sit in the corner with baby.
Aw, Jesse's over in the corner.
Don't put Jesse in
it's
the
okay.
corner.
Okay, we've got the 4 seed, which is our high seed of the Breakfast Club, versus the 6 seed of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
This
1,
one's tough.
2, 3.
Wait. Who Framed Roger Rabbit was
High seed.
okay.
Oh crap!
Or wait.
Wait.
What was-
Breakfast Club is high seed. Sorry.
High
Breakfast Club's
seed.
high seed.
Breakfast Club is high
Confusing me.
seed. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'm.
Really, you guys are gonna put Who Framed Roger Rabbit through over
Yeah.
the Breakfast Club?
It's overrated.
Bullshit, woman. You love that movie.
I love that movie. Of course, I'm a girl. Of course, I'm gonna love that
I
fucking
love that
movie.
movie. It doesn't have to do with gender.
No, it's
Yeah.
a great movie. I loved it. It was a night movie of mine for years. But I'm going with the other one.
I mean, how many times do you get hyped when you hear "Don't You Forget About Me" and you just go back to being in the fucking Breakfast Club in that detention?
I know, but I'm over it.
I'll be alone dancing. You know it, baby.
I think we've lost again.
Oh, God damn it!
To
What
fucking Roger
I
Rabbit.
mean, it is the
Are
breakfast.
you serious?
Please.
I don't know. Let me think about this.
Oh, did I sway you at all? Molly Ringwald. What was it? Anthony Michael Hall? Did I get it right?
Michael
Judd
C.
Nelson.
Judd Nelson.
He was so tough in that
Oh
movie.
yeah, badass, totally. What's his name? The dude that's
Such an asshole, though.
Ali Sheedy and Emilio Estevez.
Emilio
I
fucking
mean,
Estevez.
But I love the other one so much.
Who's in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Name 3 people.
Christopher Lloyd, Bob Haskins, Kathleen Turner,
Okay.
Roger Rabbit.
Fuck
Roger
me.
Rabbit.
Okay.
I love Jessica Rabbit. Like I always wanted to be her when I was
I don't
young.
know. I'm entrenched.
It's a cool version of Hollywood.
It's like an LA noir meets
Right.
cartoon.
I'm just thinking I don't know, when it comes down to this one, I was just gonna go with whatever was a more quintessential '80s movie in my head.
Sure.
Yeah,
so
you're
I'd
right.
have to
you're
go with
right.
The Breakfast Club.
If it's gonna be ultimate, but I mean Roger Rabbit, I
It's
just
also
want to
very
fight
80s.
for it
Mm-hmm.
because it's got Christopher Lloyd in it, and
It's also very 80s, but also very animated. And it could, I guess, also be like a 40s movie.
Who
But I
directed
get-
and wrote Roger Rabbit? Are they John Hughes?
No.
all right, fine.
Are you being swayed?
I can't not have a John Hughes movie make it through.
This really messes
God damn it.
My bracket's been busted for so long.
Sorry guys, I'm going with Breakfast Club.
Oh man, that's
It makes
crazy.
sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Good luck with Breakfast
That was
Club
a
against...
political move.
What's our other option?
Again,
Aliens.
Yeah, Breakfast Club versus Aliens.
Is that what it's down to now?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club versus Aliens for the ultimate 80s.
For one side.
Yeah, damn.
For one side of
Side
our bracket.
A.
Side
I don't know
A.
why I did this to myself.
Yeah, this
You did it
is
this way.
your fault, Lauren.
Created a monster.
My top 10 and low side have already been both outed.
Which
so-
one's high and low?
Aliens is your 1 seed. Breakfast Club is a 4 seed.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, God damn it.
Oh,
Go faster.
hold on. Okay, wait.
I'll be the deciding vote. How about that?
But then that means bias. That was what we were trying to avoid.
No, because I can't decide.
Oh, fair
I
enough.
was gonna put
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Aliens versus
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
It's tied. We've got 2 votes. Jesse
You know
and
what?
I have
I'm going Breakfast Club.
Oh shit, son.
I'm going Breakfast Club.
All right.
Sorry, Lauren.
Damn.
Sorry, Lauren.
Aliens went really, I mean, not surprisingly.
I wanted Aliens to go all the way. I really did, but for Ultimate
really
80s.
hard for me too. I don't know why I plugged so hard for Aliens because I put Aliens against Breakfast Club in my own ballot.
So this has been an ongoing battle for you.
I really wanted Aliens to get this far, and I really wanted Breakfast Club to get this far. But when it came down to it, I wasn't ready to go through with it.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
how I feel. That's how I feel too.
So before we cut this first half, because again we're doing this now in 2 parts, we're going to take a quick breather here in a minute, folks. Before we get there, though, were there any of these picks that got further than you expected? Were there any that were put out way sooner than you expected that kind of shocked you?
I'm shocked about Heather's. Honestly, I thought it was going to go further. It made it all the way to the end for me. It wasn't my final answer, which we'll get to that, but
I had Ghostbusters a lot further than it ended
I
up
had
being.
Ghostbusters winning that side.
I had Ghostbusters up against Who Framed Roger Rabbit on mine.
I had Ghostbusters
I had Breakfast
versus
Club going
Empire.
pretty far.
Oh, yeah, I had Empire and Who Framed Roger Rabbit were my previous one.
My dad filled it out. He had the 12 seed of Fast Times at Ridgemont High up against the 4 seed of Breakfast Club on this side, and ultimately picked Breakfast Club as his winner. So, all right. Well, this has been part 1 of our 2-part finale, folks. Stick around for part 2. It's coming out the same day, so you guys are going to see it come out the exact same time as this episode dropped. Go check that out. Download it there. You'll get the end result of our bracket where we fill out the other round of 32 down to our finale, and we're going to see who is our ultimate 80s movie up against the Breakfast Club. We'll see you guys soon on Foodies Watching Movies Part 2.